back to the channel. Now I am here in a different environment. This is Southern California. I came down for a couple weeks to ride the trails and visit my sister. So figured I'd bring 4 or 5 products down here and show you guys some new terrain. Anyway, I've got a bike from addmotor. These guys have been around since 2011, so they've been around for a while. They have 19 models to choose from. This one is the M560 P7, and it's going for $1,799, which is in the $1,000 to $2,000 range. And in that category, I've reviewed 9 other brands, so it's got a lot of competition. Let's see how it holds up, starting off with the speed test. The P7 has a 750 watt Bafang brushless gear hub motor in the rear wheel, and that's powered by a 48 volt, 17.5 amp hour lithium battery. Now you can remove that. There is a handle on the side, and it takes 5 to 6 hours for recharge and has a charge rating cycle of 800 charges. Now, as you guys know, I like to see how that power translates to speed. The average speed for a bike in this price range is 25 miles per hour, which is what this bike is rated for. Now, in the settings, you can change the power output or how fast the bike can go actually down to about 8 or 9 miles per hour. I do have it set to the highest speed for this test, and I'm going to show you how fast it can go on all 5 of the pedal assist levels. Okay guys, this is the speed test, starting off with pedal assist 1. I do have a full battery. My speed app is open. Here we go, just casually pedaling. 1 is going to be 9, 2 is 11, 3 is 14, 4 is 16, and 5 is 24. Well, I didn't quite hit the rating of 25, but I got pretty close, 24 miles per hour, which is also one less than the average for a bike in this price range. And the separation, the speed separation between each level was pretty good between 1 through 4. There was about 2 to 3 miles that separated each level. And then from 4 to 5, there was a pretty big gap there, which is kind of interesting. I've never seen that before, but now you know how fast it can go. Now, as far as capacity and weight, the addmotor falls right in line with other bikes, most of the bikes in this price range. It weighs 74 pounds and has a carrying capacity of 300 pounds. So I should be able to get the same type of acceleration as I have got with those other brands. Most bikes hit 20 miles per hour in about 9 to 10 seconds. I'm going to show you how fast it can go on pedal assist and straight throttle. This is the acceleration test, first on pedal assist level 5. Here we go. And it's about 1 revolution, power. Ooh, power kicks on very quick after about 1 revolution. That is speedy. And we are just about maxing the bike out, 23-ish. A little uphill right here, but wow, that has got some awesome get up and go. That is very speedy. Okay, this is now just using the throttle. Here we go. Oh, about a half a second delay. It's definitely a slower start from pedal assist. Now it's really ramping up at 20 now. And speed's tends to top out about 22, kind of bouncing between 22 and 23. So you definitely have a stronger acceleration, a faster acceleration with pedal assist than you do with the throttle. That being said, throttle is still pretty quick. The P7 has a range rating of up to 55 miles. Typically I get about half of what it's rated for, so I should hit around 20 or so miles. Most bikes are around that range. The terrain is going to be all off-road, and I'm in the hills of California, just a few miles, about 45 minutes away from the coast, up in the Santa Clarita area, and it is very hilly around here, so we should have some really good elevation gain. I'm kind of excited to see what this thing can do. I've got the battery charged up, and I'm going to start my tracking app and see how far I can go. Okay guys, well, let me tell you a little bit about the bike. As I'm on the range test, I do have my microphone plugged in here, and even though I don't have any video of me talking while riding, I am. So the aluminum alloy frame comes in 6 colors. This is obviously the orange color, but there are a bunch of options to choose from. And there are 2 fenders. The back one comes installed. The front one, again, I just didn't want to add it on there. I don't like the look of them. And then it has a rear rack, which is kind of one of the beefier racks, and that can hold about 55 pounds. But I like the design of it, the coloring. You got the orange rims matching the orange paint on the side. I think it's a cool looking bike. Now the P7 is rated to fit a rider 5'10" up to 6'6", so it's not really friendly for the small user. Well, as far as like rattling, shaking noises, things like that, there is a high-pitched ringing coming from the display that is really starting to drive me crazy. Now, it's not always ringing super loud. When I'm going uphill, really putting a lot of strain on the bike, that's when it becomes a little bit more loud. And then when I'm just coasting like I am now, I can't hear it anymore. And then the motor is one of the louder motors, especially when you're climbing too. It really starts to let you know that it's putting in a lot of effort. But overall, it feels like a stable, sturdy, and well put together bike. The balance is very nice. I can easily ride this without any hands. Right off the bat, it's not overly heavy in one area of the bike, and so it just rides very comfortable that way. And as far as reaching for the handlebars for my frame, they're at a good distance for me. I feel like I don't have to reach higher or further out than I'd like to. Let me dive into the details of the bike. Starting off with the handlebars. Now, they're black aluminum handlebars, and I do like the width. It's a very wide stance, and you do need that for how big and heavy the bike is. It's got ergonomic silica gel grips, and it has the stitching like I've seen with pretty much every other brand. They're kind of hard filling too, but they don't move. They've actually glued those in place. There's dual Tektro brake levers, and there is a pad on the outside of that, a rubber pad. On the right side is a Shimano 7-speed thumb shifter with an Altius derailleur, and haven't had any problems or issues with that. That is quick and fast and speedy. The saddle's made from addmotor, and it's pretty nice. I've got really no complaints there. I have been sitting down a lot for this test and haven't had a lot of issues with it. It's actually fairly comfortable. In the front, there's AddShock spring suspension with 100 millimeters of travel, and those shocks are actually pretty good. There's been a few times where I've hit some small jumps, a couple of little drops, popped up the tire a little bit, and have yet to bottom those shocks out. I'm very happy with that suspension for the price of this bike. And then of course, those shocks can be adjusted and locked out. And then last but not least, there are Kenda 26x4-inch fat tires. I have seen beefier, knobbier tires, but they've been doing pretty good for the type of terrain and trails that I've been riding on. Okay, we made it back to the truck. We had a good time, huh, Gabriel? Yeah. Anyway, I had to cut the range test short. The rear tire has been leaking the last day and a half through the stem. It's not actually a puncture, and so I got to take it to the shop and see what's going on with it. And I do have to move on to other products. So the range test today is a little bit shorter. I didn't drain the battery actually hardly at all. It still shows a full battery on the display. So it probably has about 85-90% battery left, and I got almost 8 miles on just that first battery bar with over 1,100 feet elevation gain, which is insane. This is a very, very hilly terrain, and I am super impressed with how much this bike climbed. So if I took it on this type of terrain for the whole battery, I mean, I'm thinking I could easily get over 20-25 miles with I don't know how much elevation gain. Jeez, 3,000-4,000 feet. So if you want a bike that can climb and go the distance, this is a very good option. Well, let me tell you a little bit about the pedal assist and throttle sensitivity. So going 12 miles an hour, 13 now, if I max out the throttle, it picks up nicely. Very little delay there. You got almost instant access to power. Release it, the power cuts off immediately as well. Well, on pedal assist 1 on the highest gear, gear 7, just casually pedaling, going 8 miles an hour, and there's some pretty good resistance there. So if you want to get a good workout, leave it at that level. Pedal assist 2, obviously as you would imagine, the pressure tension releases, and that's a nice cadence there, feeling a little bit of pressure, but the bike's doing most of the work. Pedal assist level 3, there's a jump in power there, and I do have to pick up my cadence to feel any type of resistance. Pedal assist 4, and this is going up a small hill, and really gotta increase my cadence here to feel any resistance on that 7th gear. And then pedal assist 5, the bike's doing all the work. I mean, if I really started pedaling, then I can increase the speed a couple miles an hour and then start to feel a little bit of a burn. So it's the type of bike where it gives you a lot of power, but if you want to, even on the higher end of the pedal assist levels, you can actually feel some resistance. There's no hill rating for the P7, but it does have 80 Newton meters of torque, and about more than half of the brands in this category have 80 Newton meters. There's a couple that have 86. So let's see how well it can climb. Okay guys, I found a good sized hill, and this is a beautiful place to do a hill test. Check out that, at the top of the ridge line here, and that is Castaic Lake in Southern California. But this hill, it's about a half a block long. I'm going to show you how steep this is at the very beginning. Put this down here, and we got 7.4. Middle part of the hill, that is 15%, right on the mark. Oh, it's actually 14.4%. So it's mostly a 15% grade. Got the bike way down there. Let's see how it does. Okay, here we go. I do have 2 of the 5 battery bars missing. Pedal assist 5. And it starts to climb here. So far so good. Really climbing here down to 10. Some good pressure. I'm on the 3rd gear. 7 down to 6. Now my app's having a little bit of trouble. I read 2 for a second. I didn't get that slow. And there's my nephew waiting at the top. Yeah, that has terrific hill climbing power. I am very impressed. That was a good sized hill. Pretty long as well, and yeah, I climbed that like a champ. Next is a brake test. The P7 comes with 180 millimeter Tetro disc brakes. Let's see how well it can brake down this hill. I'm at the top of the hill. I just came up for the hill test. Let me show you how well these brakes work. There's a lot of noise to them, not squeaking, but just grinding. But they got some pretty good power here. If I really slam on them, yeah, it's not bad at all. Not pulsating. Do have to put a lot of pressure on the levers to engage them, for the hard braking, but yeah. Let me walk you through the LCD screen, the control pad. On the left side, there's the power button, and the screen comes on immediately as soon as you hit the pad or the button here, which is nice. It's a pretty decent sized screen. I think it was like 4.5 inches. So kind of a larger screen there, and can easily be seen. The sun has gone down, but even in the pure daylight or broad daylight, I can still see it very well. On the left side, there's the up and down arrows, and that changes the pedal assist, 0 to 5, as you would expect. Hold down the down arrow, and that engages the walk assist mode. That'll go about 2 to 3 miles per hour. If you hit the power button, that does change the different readouts, top corner there. To access the advanced settings, hold down the plus and minus, and there's not a lot you can do here. You can change the tire size, you can change the speed that I talked about earlier. This is the LCD screen brightness level, and you can just turn that to 3, so that's as bright as it goes. Change the units, and that's pretty much it. The P7 has a water resistant rating. I'm not sure what that is. Online it just says the controller is water resistant. It also has a 1-year warranty and free shipping in the US. Now as far as any after sales problems, they have, I want to say 4 pages of accessory pieces that you can pick up from their website. They've been around a long time, so that's something you would kind of expect. Overall, guys, the thing that you have to think about the most with this bike is just its ability to climb and the range and the battery life. That's what really won me over with the P7. And for the price tag, that's amazing. I mean, this behaves more like a $2,500 bike rather than just above $1,000 bike. If you want to pick it up, I've got the link in the description. I've also got a link over to my website, electricrevolutionreviews.com. If you want to check out all of my reviews, I've got them sorted by price and capability, so I'll have that in there as well. Hit that like button before you go, and please subscribe for the latest in electric bike, board, and scooter reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.